You know, we have one last question on nuts and bolts. One last question. The question is, what is the fastest way to buy a buyer lead list? Sorry, to build a buyer lead list. To build a buyer lead list. And
that's a great question.
I'm going to answer that, and I'll let you answer that as well.
I'm going to give the same answer you're about to give, I bet.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think you're going to do it. My answer to that is, you know, something big that we teach all the time. And again, I don't, you know, it's sort of a hard thing because you never want to like mention something you do and then people be like, oh, you're just talking about your product. So I'm just going to talk generically here so nobody's like, well, you're just endorsing what you guys do. But I'm a big proponent in reaching people in a research stage and building value through direct response marketing. I'm a huge in if you told me tomorrow I was going to be the marketing director for my dad's dental business, I wouldn't put together a fancy picture of my dad doing sign language and doing glass blowing with some shiny teeth. I would have him put together free reports, free audio, free video, you know, how to prevent, you know, gum disease, you know, the 7 things people don't know about the major causes of disease and how it all relates to your health. I would do things to just educate, establish yourself as an expert, and get the people who are potential yeses to raise their hand in a crowd and say, yes, that's me. So whether that's, you know, something, you know, whether that's by giving out online ebooks, whether it's to have an offline newsletter, an offline ebook, or printed report, whether it's a free video, a lot of free audio, whether it's doing seminars, like mini free luncheons and seminars, or something like that. You know, I'm a big advocate of that because it sets you apart and it builds relationship rather than just like, hey, want to own with terrible credit? Because then you're just a stranger. You're going to get a lot of tire kickers. You might get some good people, but it's a lot of wasted time. But when you have that direct response marketing mechanism and you give them that report, you give them that audio, you give them that free video, they watch it, they come pre-motivated, pre-educated, pre-sold, and they come to you, and instead of spending and wasting all your time explaining and trying to sell them, they come to you and they say, I get it, Mark. So what's the first step to repairing my credit and now getting into a home that I can afford the cash flow payment so I can go into a bigger home in 3 years from now? So that's my answer.
But here's your answer.
Do you disagree?
I need money now. That's what people want to say. And I do what Damien's talking about. I do the same thing in my business.
Right.
What Damien's saying, we're talking about building a buyer's list, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I would do. Thursday at 8 p.m. in Virtual Deal Factory, there's a pre-built buyer's list.
You beat my answer.
They're in there. We've done all the work.
Yeah.
You just have to go in there and put them together.
600.
There's like almost 6,000.
Almost 6,000 now.
6,000
6,000 motivated buyers. We haven't even opened the doors nationally.
That doesn't count investors.
Right.
That doesn't count property. I mean, there's so many things in there. Like, you know, that's great for the long-term business model, what Damien just referenced. That will work. It works like
clockwork. For the right now answer.
For the right now answer is be here tomorrow and jump in, put the deal together, make money.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, build a relationship with one of those buyers.
Now
and
you have the money.
Asking you for help.
Do you guys know that there are over 1,050 investors right now inside VDF?
It's awesome. Live right now. Hanging out. Hey,
right
by the
now.
way, do you think rappers wear their construction hats like this?
They do. I used to hire them.
You used to hire rappers?
They'd wear it like this.
Oh, really? They do? I know they wear it like that, but they don't wear it like this, huh?
They'll wear it any way you let them.
Okay.
OSHA doesn't let them wear it like that.
So great question.
VDF.
And that even goes back, back to that question, the fastest way for your team, cash flow. Go inside of VDF and build up your buyer list and then immediately find properties and match them to buyers. And that's so big. We have Ustreamer 1094 says, what is the Deal Factory all about? Is it for investors to find deals? Is it for new investors to learn how to find deals? Luke Haas, you have an answer to that, buddy?
Say it again, bro.
What is the Deal Factory all about? Is it for investors to find deals, or is it for new investors to learn how to find deals?
Well, I mean, it's for both. I mean, it's just, a new investor walking in instantly has contacts that they would never have. It has relationships they can build that they would never have. It has information. I mean, the groups alone just started in the community are at like 43. And they're controlled by investors that know what they're doing. So immediately when a new investor walks into the Deal Factory, not only do they see deals right there, they can mix and match deals and make money, so they can grab one of the 6,000 buyer leads and grab one of the homes and match the deals together, or they can just tag along with an investor and when they see a deal that's good, and they can just approach and build a relationship many avenues inside it. It's like you guys really have to think. It's like going inside a building with just a load of investors. Some most have money. Some are new. Some are experts. Some are top of the line guys. There's rooms and there's groups to go to for short sale, sub to, all these different things. There's all the information there, and it's all, once you're inside, it's all free. You're not buying another product or doing anything. It's all free. You start to leverage relationships, and you're basically put into a mastermind group with all guys that are flipping and doing deals right when you're there. I mean, that's huge.
You know, we had, just to give you a testimonial, we actually had one of our members who were like, okay, so when I go inside and I get a deal because of the virtual deal factory, what percentage do you guys take? What fee do you take? Because they couldn't believe that inside the virtual deal factory, there's such an enormous deal-making resource. Again, it's not a bunch of information. It's not a bunch of like, oh, you know, leave a happy face on my page. Oh, that's great. You know, and I'm not saying I'm against having friendships, but what I am saying is, you know, it's the place where deals get done. And plain and simply, to cap off that question, you know, the way it started is you came to me and you said, hey, you know, I have over 100 of my students who are ready to buy deals right now, and I have over 100 of my students who want to sell deals, and yet they're not doing deals. How do we bring them together? And so he came to me and he said that, and I said, well, he came to me because, you know, we do revolutionary technology for investors, and so we built the virtual deal factory to bring those people together and open the doors tomorrow. I mean, we already have investors in there, you know, giving testimonials of doing deals they've never done before, making tens of thousands of dollars, and we haven't even opened it up live. And that actually ties into our next question. Ustreamer 34049 was asking, do Mark and Damien do deals? He and I are very, 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 very different. I do automated marketing technology for real estate investors. We have close to, I think, around 1,000 investors across the globe right now who use our technologies to get deals with no work. And we do revolutionary technologies for investors. That's why we came on board to be a part of the Deal Factory. I do deals with everything. I do deals at the supermarket. I do deals at restaurants. I do deals on flip-flops. I do deals all over the place. You know, and you know, Mark is very different. I'll let him share his, where he's from in a second. But just to drive home a point, you know, Mark is, you know, 90% just always doing deals all the time and not the technology guy. And that's what makes it a great business synergy. And it's the same. I mean, it just emphasizes the point of the virtual deal factory is you don't have to, you know, some people never do anything, Mark, because they want to be the expert at everything, and that's their excuse of never doing anything.
Exactly.
And you know, and when in the virtual deal factory, again, if all you're comfortable doing is finding investors or finding buyers or finding distressed homeowners or whatever it is, or you're just a realtor who wants to, you know, be that conduit, that's a realtor who's friendly to savvy investors and understands how to speak their language, you can play any role you want in there, and you don't have to. You're not by yourself anymore. You don't have to do all the pieces. And right now, how many deals are you doing, like on an average week right now?
I mean, this week we'll do 5.
5.
Right, 5 deals this week. Last week when we was on the cruise, we did like 3. Week before that, like 7, 8.
Okay.
I mean, next week after that, we have 3 closing, guaranteed for sure, and then another 4 or 5 possibly. But look, I do deals first of all. Secondly, you know, have you seen that show, The Nanny? The lady from Europe.
I love it. I don't love her, Charlene. I say I like the show, and I love her enthusiasm for rearing children.
Do you know she has no children?
Really?
She has no children herself.
Is that true?
This is true. However, this is the thing, though.
That's scandalous.
Well, what's scandalous about it? If she had children, she wouldn't have time to help families become better. She wouldn't be able to leave for months at a time.
She'd be a delinquent, horrible mother.
Yeah. So she'd always be gone. I think the important thing is, though, like Damien said, you know, we're on two spectrums, 2 sides of the business, and that's what makes such a great business synergy. But don't let, like, a lot of people ask the question, well, I can't do this because, you know, you're just, all you do is make your money in selling products and stuff like that.
Right.
That's not the case for me, for sure. And for us, like, our goal is doing deals. But as any smart business person, you should be looking at every business, looking how can I make the most money with the least amount of effort
by
the same amount of people.